Hi, I'm Jackie with Kryptonite, and today we're going to be talking about Kryptonite's key and combination services. Kryptonite offers free key registration. So the first thing you should do when you buy a Kryptonite lock is register your keys. When you register your keys with Kryptonite, we'll have it for you in case you lose it. Your key number is going to be 2 letters followed by 4 or 5 numbers. The key number is going to be found on your key fob. It's going to be the top set of numbers, and the bottom set of numbers can be ignored. Remember, your key number is not going to be found on your lock. Kryptonite also offers free combination registration. You can register your preset or resettable combination with us. And if you forget it, all you have to do is call. For the New York Series locks, the key number is going to be found on a small metal tag on the key ring. This key number will not be found on the key fob. Once your keys are registered, you can take advantage of our Key Safe program. If you do lose your keys, don't worry. We'll replace them for you. And we offer our shipping worldwide. Many of our locks include the first 2 key replacements for free. After your first 2 replacements, you can still order keys through our website for a small fee.
Hi, I'm Daryl from Kryptonite. Today I'd like to talk to you a little bit about proper lockup using a chain. The chain we want to highlight is the Kryptolock Series 2 integrated chain. A couple important things to remember when locking up your bike with a chain. Always lock to a stationary object that you can't lift the bike over or it can't be cut. You always want to lock up in a well-lit area, and you always want to make sure that you're locking the bike according to the value. First the frame, then the rear wheel, then the front wheel. And when locking the bike, make sure that you're creating a snug fit. You want to make sure that there's no slack in the chain. So remember, it's not just about the lock you use, it's also how you lock your bike and locking it properly. Make sure to lock to an immovable object. Lock according to value, the frame, the rear wheel, and then the front wheel. And always make sure you create a snug fit, eliminating any slack. Hey, I'm Daryl from Kryptonite. Today I'd like to talk to you about properly locking your bike with a U-lock. A few things to remember before we get started. First, always lock in a well-lit area. No dark alleys. Second, always lock to a stationary object that cannot be cut and that you cannot easily remove the bike from. Third, always lock according to value. First, your number 1 priority is your frame, second is your rear wheel, and third is your front wheel. Now let's do this. So first you take your shackle and you come around and capture the frame and the rear wheel and just connect the crossbar. What you want to remember is you want to take up as much usable space here in the shackle as possible so a thief cannot get a tool in there. You also want to make sure the lock is elevated up off the ground with the keyway facing down. Today I'd like to also show you a few more ways to get added security that will include your front wheel. One of the ways is using a double loop cable. What you want to do is run the cable around your front wheel, securing it with the shackle of the U-lock. This gives you additional protection, but remember, a cable is just a secondary deterrent. It is never to be used in place of a U-lock, and always make sure that the U-lock is what's locking to the immovable object. Another option for adding additional security to your lockup is to use a mini chain on your front wheel. All you want to do here is make sure that you're locking your frame to the front wheel. Another popular option is for folks that carry a second U-lock. Again, all you want to do here is lock the frame to the front wheel. So let's recap. Remember, always lock in a well-lit area. Always lock to a stationary object that can't be cut and that you can't lift the bike up and over. And always lock according to value. First priority is the frame, then the rear wheel, then the front wheel. And remember, when you're locking the bike, always keep the lock up off the ground with the keyway facing down.